Hello everybody and welcome to Top News. Today's episode is going to be a little bit unhinged because there's just a lot of random shit that I need to talk about. So here we go. Here we are on Top News, December 5th, 2025. I'm Matt Farrell coming to you from my Peacock Comedy channel. Singer Sabrina Carpenter is pissed. And I get it. She's mad because the White House social media is using one of her songs for background music while people are being arrested by ICE. Sabrina said that the video is evil, disgusting, and demands that her music never be used for their, and I quote, inhumane agenda. The White House responded by saying they will not apologize for deporting dangerous criminals, illegal murderers, rapists, and pedophiles from our country. Here's one problem with the White House's clapback. ICE themselves have already put out some stats showing that the majority of the people that they've arrested had no criminal record. Here's the thing. If people are in the country illegally and they get caught and they get deported, I get it. Illegal's illegal. I'm not disputing that at all. Here's what I don't understand. Why can we not continue doing it the humane way? Do you know what president is responsible for the most deportations during their presidency ever? I bet you do, because some of you who like to bark back or, have the argument of when somebody says, oh my God, these deportations, the way ICE is handling it, this is crazy. Why are they doing it like this? And then your immediate response is, well, Obama was responsible for more deportations than anybody else. You're correct. President Obama was responsible for more deportations during his presidency than any other president. Do you remember hearing anything about it? No. You know why? Because they just did it. There was none of this grand sending the National Guard into cities and raiding different apartment complexes and tear gas affecting school playgrounds and ICE agents going into daycare centers to arrest teachers in front of their children. There was none of that. People were found, prosecuted because we have a legal system, and then deported. They followed the law. They did it the way that it was supposed to be done, and they did it without all this grand, blown up theatrics that they have of sending ICE agents and Border Patrol agents all over the country to hunt these people down. The other thing I wanted to talk about is how the social media person for the White House said that Sabrina Carpenter was either stupid or slow for having the opinion that she had. Is that really where we're at? I mean, that's a rhetorical question because I know, that's really where we're at. People who represent the White House are going on social media and calling people stupid and slow. And why wouldn't they? The president himself does it. He's recently been calling reporters stupid for the questions that they ask, and there's nothing stupid about the questions. They're just questions that he doesn't want to answer. And he calls them stupid and tells them that they're doing a bad job and tells them that they should be fired. Same thing with the late night talk show hosts. He doesn't like that they're making jokes about him, so he throws a hissy fit and says that they should be fired. It's ridiculous. I don't understand how we got to this point. The President of the United States and people who represent the White House act no differently than a schoolyard bully. When people oppose them, they call them names and they want to get them out of there. When people disagree with them or even have a little bit of pushback about their ideas, they call them names and they want them out of there. It's no different. You're bullies. And anybody that watches that and goes, well, at least he speaks his mind. Yeah, but he could be professional. You know there's no doubt in my mind that every president ever who's been interviewed by press, as soon as they walked off and were not on a microphone anymore, thought, what a stupid question. Or, God, I'm getting tired of that dumbass asking me those questions. I'm sure they all did it, but they were professionals because they represented us. We want a schoolyard bully to be our representative? Because now there are countries all over the world who want nothing to do with business with America because of who is representing us. and you think he's doing a good job. It doesn't make any sense to me. And then you have the guys who work underneath him. You got the guys like Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz, who now are just lapping up everything he says, while when they were running against him, J.D. Vance, let's not forget this little lapdog. While they were running against him, they said that he was the worst thing to ever happen to America. He was the worst representative that the Americans could ever have. He was a terrible businessman. J.D. Vance even referred to him as America's Hitler. And then, when there was an opportunity for him to do something for him, now they all sit and stay every time he tells them to. And there's no matter what he does, they push that it's the greatest idea that anybody has ever had. It's ridiculous. He even talked shit about a couple of you guys' wives. If you're a man and somebody says something about your wife and you let that shit slide, your wife should be on the look for a new man. The story I'll close with today, which is another really interesting one, is how quickly Speaker of the House Mike Johnson swore in Matt Van Epps, who won an election in Tennessee. He's a Republican, Trump-backed candidate. He won a special election by 9 points. Congratulations to him for winning the race. But he was sworn in less than 48 hours after winning. There's a Democratic lawmaker who won their election and was forced to wait, what was it? Almost 50 days? Because her vote could have ended the government shutdown. And you still think it was the other side's fault. I try to look up funny and entertaining stories, and then sometimes there's just nothing funny to say. So I just say what I believe, I say what I've looked up, I say what I've researched. Guys, I wish us all the best, and I will try next week to get back on track with some good funny stuff. This has been Top News. I'm Matt Farrell. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you guys next week.